Monsieur.
Sven Herson narrowed his eyes and surveyed the room. You do realize, of course, that the killer was in the balloon the whole time. No, that doesn't work, does it? He couldn't have been there if he had to sign the poison register. Oh. Randy, are you listening?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Sorry, Mrs. Oliver. Where were we?
I've just realized I've got to cut one of my favourite ideas. Shame.
Does that happen a lot?
Oh, more than you'd think. Hey-ho. One often has to sacrifice one's babies.
Sacrifice?
Sorry, I didn't mean that to sound... Oh, dear. It's me going on about my silly book. Oh.
It's perfectly all right, honestly. It's awfully nice having you here, you know.
Really? Can't say I've been exactly effervescent company.
Even so, it's always just been the two of us. I think Mummy must get awfully lonely.
Please put that book away, Edmund.
Yes, Mummy. Sorry.
How are you finding us here in Woodley Common, Mr. Poirot? Common?
Indeed, most uncommon, Mademoiselle Frances.
Oh, Frankie, please. I mean, fancy saddling your daughter with a name like Francis Drake.
I've told you 1,000 times. It's only ignorant people who make a joke.
But it's me who has to live with it. I've heard them all. Armada this, Game of Bowls that. I've even been begged to throw down my raincoat over a puddle for some queen or other. I forget his name.
That was Raleigh, not Drake.
Shut up, Edmund.
You have lived here a long time?
10 years or so. My late husband and I came here to be with my aunt. We were the only family she had.
Yes. Madame Llewellyn Smythe.
That's right.
And then poor Daddy died.
Oh.
Run down by a motor car.
Some youths going at a reckless speed. And when Aunt Louise passed away, the house came to us.
Although, there was a moment when we feared it wouldn't. All that fuss with that wretched babushka. What was she called? Molotov?
Don't pretend you don't remember Olga's name.
Poor ignorant girl. I felt rather sorry for her.
I didn't. What a bitch.
Language, Francis.
At least Olga was genuinely fond of Aunt Louise. Unlike you, you were always snapping at her.
She thought you were a snivelling little mummy's boy.
Children! I'll fetch the port.
Mother.
Not entirely sure where it's got to now we no longer have a man about the house. Mrs. Baker?
How is your investigation going, Mr. Poirot? Do you really think Joyce was telling the truth?
Eh bien, there is still a murder not solved here in Woodley Common, eh? That of Monsieur Leslie Ferrier, the clerk to the solicitor. And I believe that he was a close acquaintance of yours, mademoiselle?
Leslie had certain attractions, but he was deeply unsuitable.
You spent most of the time consumed by the green-eyed monster, didn't you, sis?
Anyway, it was all over between us when it happened.
All over. Yes. I can still hear the smashing of crockery.
A vintage tawny. Bottled the year of Queen Victoria's Jubilee. What do you say, monsieur? A quick snifter and then a bracing stroll in the garden? It's a devil to keep up, but Aunt Louise loved it, so... Oh, really? It's intolerable.
Oh, Mother.
It loiters. It's unnerving. Well, I shan't stand for it any longer.
Mummy, don't.
You! Get away from this house. You are not welcome here.
I beg your pardon?
I've made it perfectly clear to you, Mr. Garfield, on numerous occasions, that I do not approve of you hanging around in this fashion.
Oh, I'm afraid I can't help it. It's such a lovely view. So if you don't mind, I might go and tend my Astra oblongifolias. Ta-da.
There's something I don't like about that man. Something uncanny. I wouldn't be at all surprised if...
No, madame. Michael Garfield is not responsible for the death of Joyce Reynolds. He was in Athens at the time. Poirot, he has already checked, and the sources of Poirot, they are impeccable.
Oh, it's you.
Not surprised, Jim Jumpy. Not surprised at all.
Can I help you?
Jay's fluid.
You've kind of got through the last lot already.
Well, I dare say I could make it go a bit further. That foreigner's been to see me. Asking questions.
Really?
He was particularly interested in that old gut of yours.
Hardly mine.
Well, you was the one that organised all them girls to come over here, and there hasn't been one since, has there?
I discontinued the scheme. Olga let me down. She let us all down.
I always wondered, though, what you got out of it.
What on earth do you mean?
Well, putting all them waifs into service. What was in it for you?
My Christian duty, nothing more. Obviously, there were one or two minor expenses.
I'll bid you good night, then. Sweet dreams. Oh, and if you can remember the disinfectant, Vicar, this whole place needs a thorough clean out.
It's this wretched fever. That's what I've only just remembered. About the Halloween party.
Je vous implore, madame, calmez-vous and tell to Poirot what has occurred.
Well, it was during that silly Snapdragon game. It was great fun, I'm sure. But I was dead on my feet by then, and it got awfully.
Don't take too much. Being
So I went out into the hall, and there I saw Mrs. Drake.
What a clumsy thing you must think me.
No, it happened to us all.
You mustn't let the children run about in their stocking feet.
What do you think had happened to startle her?
She saw something. Must have done. But here's the thing. She was looking towards the library. You understand?
Wait.
Where Joyce was found not long after. Maybe she saw someone she didn't expect to see.
And did you yourself see there anyone?
No.
It is strange because Madame Drake, she does not strike me as a woman that could be startled easily. You concur?
I most certainly do.
Tain't me you should be scared on, missus. Look to yourself. Bloody curse there is on you.
Come on, Leopold.
First your husband, then your little girl, even your lodger. All dead and mouldering in their graves. Who's next? Eh?
Madame Drake, I understand that during the party you met with an accident.
Accident?
Oh, the vase that was dropped.
Oh, that. It was very irritating. I'd no